So at the end of the day, I am not sure if uncertainty is better today than yesterday. In fact, I think there's a pretty good argument to say that the world is more uncertain today than yesterday. And that's not a good thing. Have you heard of the taco trade? This apparently is something that has been adopted by Wall Street and was shared with the President of the United States yesterday during a news conference. And let's just say he was not happy. Well, the taco trade stands for Trump always chickens out. Yes, apparently Wall Street has adopted the taco trade in response to all of the tariffs on, tariffs off, negotiations, all of that. Again, Wall Street has adopted the taco trade, which I think is hilarious. Unfortunately for Wall Street, rule number one, aka Fight Club, is you don't talk about the taco trade. And you certainly are not foolish enough, idiotic enough to let President Trump, know about the taco trade. I can only imagine what will happen now, given maybe some ego damage or whatnot is going on. But yes, I do think it was hilarious when I heard about the taco trade. And I just don't know what's going to happen next, because I got to imagine there should have been that rule number one saying, don't talk about the taco trade. Everybody's winning, but don't talk about the taco trade. On top of that, we had a court ruling, a federal court ruling yesterday. 3 judges invalidating the Liberation Day tariffs, basically saying inside the summary judgment that the president cannot pass tariffs. That is an act that Congress owns the checkbook and must be done through Congress. There is no question this will be appealed. There is no question that this will end up in the Supreme Court. But here's the problem. I thought we were getting less and less uncertain. We were slowly but surely walking into the light. Now, with this court ruling, what happens? For example, what happens to the current negotiations? Do countries like India, which is rumored to be near the end of the negotiations, just stop? Because why negotiate? Why negotiate anything? If the president doesn't have power to do this, why waste your time? I don't know. Fair question. What about all of the tariffs that have been collected already? Are we now going to return and refund all of those tariffs? I think so. Seems odd. What about the big, beautiful bill that relied on hundreds of billions of dollars in tariff revenue collection? Tariffs, as you recall, were supposed to offset tax deductions or tax cuts. So at the end of the day, I am not sure if uncertainty is better today than yesterday. In fact, I think there's a pretty good argument to say that the world is more uncertain today than yesterday. And that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. So we'll see where this goes. I think there's a lot of stuff coming. But I do want to let you know about a super exciting thing happening on Sunday morning. Sunday morning is where I go live inside our school community. It is also where we invite some of our weekly millionaires. And this Sunday is extra special. We are going to go for 2 hours. We're going to go from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. And folks, you are going to get the 3 amigos. Both Dion and Matt, Dion Financial Talk and Matt the Lumberjack, have agreed to spend 2 hours with you inside school. So if you've ever wanted to ask Dion, Matt, a question, you want to get all 3 of us to respond, you want to talk about your portfolio, you want to talk about mindset, getting on the ground, running a portfolio, whatever you want to do, you're going to have 2 hours on Sunday to ask the three amigos questions. That 2 hours will be certainly worth the price of admission. If you haven't in school and you just wanted to try it out, be a part of it, go for it. Spend $20 for a month, see what you think. But I think you're going to want to join school for this Sunday. It is going to be fun. To that end, let's congratulate a couple of people for joining school yesterday. Nikki and Simon, thank you for joining. Make sure you introduce yourself, all of that good stuff, and you will not be disappointed. We did get some update on foreigners traveling to the United States, and it is not good. Apparently, there are fewer international tourists visiting the United States. The economic loss is going to be staggering. Apparently, according to the U.S. Travel Association, they are expecting a hit of $21 billion. $21 billion. Europe travel is down 11%, meaning Europeans coming to the U.S. And Canada, Canada's pissed off. Canada travel to the United States is down 33%. Yesterday, we got Fed meeting minutes. I was interested. Sometimes I'm not interested, but I was this week to read the Fed minutes or read a summary of the Fed minutes. And as expected, there are concerns over tariffs pushing prices higher. They're afraid that tariffs could restoke inflation. They're concerned about a weaker job market and higher prices. And basically, they're well positioned to wait for clarity. Folks, the Fed is concerned about stagflation. I don't think there's anything you could say other than the Fed is concerned about stagflation. We got a lot of earnings in the last 24 hours led by NVIDIA. Once again, NVIDIA beat top line, beat bottom line. Data center business grew 73%. It is noted that they took an $8 billion hit from export controls to China. Think about that, folks. NVIDIA took an $8 billion hit and still exceeded expectations. That company is a machine. HP beat on revenue, missed on earnings. However, gave disappointing guidance. Said that added costs from tariffs. Salesforce beat top line and bottom line and raised guidance. Elf Beauty acquiring a brand, Hailey Bieber. I guess that's Justin Bieber's wife, I think. No idea. I think so. For $1 billion, acquiring her beauty brand for $1 billion. Quite impressive. Foot Locker missed top line, missed bottom line. Ugly report. It should be noted they are being acquired. Maybe this is a kitchen sink quarter for them. Kohl's beat top line and bottom line. However, comparable sales are down 4% year on year. Weekly unemployment getting a little dicey. Weekly unemployment jumped to 240. Again, it's been in the 220s for a long time with a few weekly exceptions. This is a yellow flag. This is a yellow flag. However, as I've said all year, don't get distracted by the weekly unemployment claims. Please follow continuing claims.